like learned a lot of things, especially I mean on different topics like investments, crypto, as well as insurance. So that was really good.
Yes.
Hmm.
And real estate.
Real estate, yes.
Yes.
Not to forget that.
Very true. Very true. Very true. So which part of the country are you from? Back home.
I am from Mumbai, but native place is Goa.
Oh, wonderful. Lovely. Heaven on earth. I call it
Yes.
heaven on earth. Never been to Kerala, but I've been to Goa very frequently. I
Okay.
go to Goa very frequently.
Nice.
Once a year, once a year is a must for me.
Hmm. Good, good.
And Bombay, which part?
Malad.
Oh, lovely. Wonderful. That's
Hmm.
great. So I'm
Yeah.
from Bombay also.
Okay. What
So
part?
we are in Juhu. I'm in Juhu. So I'm
Okay.
from Bombay also. I've lived all my life in
Hmm.
Bombay.
Okay. Nice.
Sure.
Hmm.
Good sessions. And what's your work profile like?
I am a business analyst and I'm working for a software consulting firm.
All
It's
right.
called Online Business System. So they are basically into digital transformation projects. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So we work with
Yeah.
so our clients are mostly crown corporations in Canada. So we do like projects for them.
Oh, wonderful. That's good. That's wonderful.
Yep.
So what's leading you into the interest of your stock markets and trading?
I mean, I've always been interested in stock markets because my background is finance. And
Hmm.
early, I did my undergrad in finance and I worked at Crystal. I believe we had this discussion. I told you that I worked at
That's right.
Crystal.
Yeah. I remember, now I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when I did my MBA from the US, I switched my profile to like more of business and IT. That's how I became a business analyst.
Business
Otherwise, my
analyst.
interest was more of getting into equity research and moving up that side.
That's easier money coming in,
Yes.
if you ask me.
Hmm. Yeah.
No
And
doubt.
right now
No
I
doubt.
do right now I do like more of long-term investing, more of passive income investing, and I
Yeah.
wanted to just try my hands at day trading and stuff like that, swing trading.
But do you get time to do day trading? Will you get time?
I can try and make time because it's mostly the morning hours, right, which is the most
Yes.
important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most important.
Mhm.
Most important are the
Yeah.
first 1.5 hours.
Hmm.
In that, you can always take one or two trades and
Yeah.
call it a day. As we say,
Yes.
what I call it is a
Hmm.
breakfast trade. First one and a
Yes.
half
Yes.
hours breakfast trade
Hmm.
that takes care for lunch and dinner also.
Hmm. Yes.
So it takes care for the day, and then you can go on and do whatever you want for the rest of the day.
True. True. Yeah.
Right? That can be
Hmm.
done. That can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Good. Kaval, how long you want to wait?
Sir, I would like to start. There are a couple of
All right.
first who have
Yeah.
replied that they can't make it.
Good. Then let's have the
Okay.
presentation for Edwin only.
Yeah,
Then we can discuss it and show it and do that. So I'll mute myself and let you take charge.
sure, sir. And those who would
Thank you, Edwin.
join late, they can
Yeah.
join while you are
Thanks.
presenting. Share my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay, great. So welcome everyone. Thanks for joining on this beautiful Sunday morning, and hope in this session we'll give you enough confidence so that you can go ahead and take the next step of enrolling in the course which is starting on coming Saturday, which we call it as Grow Money Trading Stocks and Crypto course. So just to give you an overview, we will introduce you to the team, the course schedule, and why you should be taking this course. We'll give a quick walkthrough through the course content and also share what are the course fees and offers. And during the entire presentation, you are free to stop us at any point and ask any question if you have, or at the end of the presentation, you can ask any of the questions. So just to share about GMT, we started as a group in January 2020. We started as a WhatsApp group where we all used to share our trades, share analysis. Then we joined to connect on a Zoom call, and that has now transformed into a corporation which we registered last year. And this happened because of the growth that we had on the social platforms. We are now on almost any of these social platforms that you can see here, and you can reach out to us. With the formal corporation, we came together as GMT team. We decided to have a structured course which we deliver through our 2 courses which we are currently taking. One is the Grow Money Trading Stocks and Crypto course, which is starting next week, and the second course is what we call it as the advanced course, which is for those who would like to trade in futures and options. So since last year up to now, in about a year, we have completed 10 batches of our courses. So with the structure that we have delivered, the responses that we have got, the feedbacks that we have got, it has motivated us, encouraged us to continue sharing the fundamentals, technicals which drive the stock markets, which help individuals to become more skilled in managing their money through trading, be it trading stocks, crypto, or futures and options. Talking about the team, I believe most of you would be familiar with these faces. Myself, Kamal Kishore Pal. If you haven't had chat with Tahir, who is currently in Vancouver, he joins us from the West Coast. And Vivek Bhatia sir, he joins from India. He is currently on call, and he would be taking through the course content. So I'll just quickly run through our introduction. Then we have Aditya, who is usually in Canada, and you would have met Vivek sir, Aditya, and Vivek Nalawade and myself during the in-person event.
Yes.
Right now, Aditya is in India and Vivek is here. So Aditya and Vivek, if you would like to unmute and introduce yourself in about a minute. Just a
Sure.
quick.
Sure. Thank you, Kamal. Hi, good morning, good evening, everyone. My name is Aditya. In terms of my profession, I work as a cybersecurity consultant with one of the big 4. And in terms of trading, I've got close to 5 years experience trading in Indian and in the North American stock markets. So I've been a part of the privileged GMT team for close to 2 years now. And we would be ensuring that we assist you in trading and help you trade your stocks and ensure that you make good money. Thank you so much. Over to you, Vivek. Vivek, can
Thank you, everybody. Vivek Nalawade is on mute, so I'll take charge. Thank you, Aditya, and thank you, Kamal. Well, my name is Vivek Bhatia. I'm going to be head instructor for the course. As a team, we have curated a course meant to teach you stock markets. Now, all of us have learned our stock markets through various modes and processes, trials and errors. And our experience has always taught us that what is lacking in the market is a structured way of learning how to trade in stock markets. All of us, most of us are professionals. We understand that if we have to grow in life, in our careers, we have to study and learn our tricks, learn our trade first, right? Similarly, is the stock market. You have to learn the trade first to be able to present yourself and do a trading fruitfully and beneficially. So this is a structured course which will be taking you right from your baby steps onwards to make you an independent trader all on your own. So as a trader here, we have curated this course for all of you. Now, Vivek Nalavade is another expert with us. He is on call, but currently mute. Hopefully he will unmute himself, right? He's our crypto expert. So each one of us, whatever we teach you, will teach you in the course on what we are most comfortable in using and implementing. So when you learn during the course, you will find 5 different instructors teaching you for the same course. But each one will take exactly that portion of the course in which he has his expertise on. Right? So Tahir will be coming in as a CPA. He'll come and talk to you about fundamentals. He'll talk to you about how do you read balance sheets, how do you analyze your accounts, and the other games. Vivek will talk to you about MACD. He loves MACD. He loves moving averages. Aditya will talk to you about psychology of trading. Aditya will talk to you about risk management. He'll talk to you about how do you control your greed, the biggest factor. Between Tahir, me, and Kamal will teach you all technical analysis. How do you learn a new language of candles? So we'll teach you all of that. But in the process, we'll do that. So for us, for right now, introduction is over here. If you want, we will take you through the course as desired by Kamal during the process of today's session itself. So stay back, enjoy the ride, enjoy the video. One important thing with me and with the group of GMT is very clearly, we encourage all our learners. We don't call you students, we call you learners, because you're at this age, you're jumping in to learn something new for yourself. So you're all keen learners. The best way to learn is, as I tell all my students back in India, and Fakhruddin is one of them. Fakhruddin, good evening. He's from my college back in Bombay. He's one of my students, my current students in my third year degree college batch, right? So he's in the 5th semester, another 8 more months, and he'll be looking for a job. And I'm trying to wean him away from a job. I said, look at a career in trading. You don't have to be anybody's employee, be your own boss. So trying to do that. And so the rule over here for this next 40 minutes is going to be, whenever you have a query, please unmute yourself and ask your question immediately, irrespective of where we are, what we are talking. That is the rule even in our classrooms. Right? So back to you, Kaval.
Thank you, Vivek sir, and welcome Fakhruddin. I'll continue with my slides. Yes. So in terms of the upcoming course, as I mentioned that in the coming Saturday, we have Grow Money Trading course, which is starting on the 3rd September. You can find the details on our official website, growmoneytrading.com. And the course page is under courses, GMT course. Following the trading course, we would have futures and options course, which is our advanced course starting in the month of October. So to take you through in terms of the course content, let me take you to the website itself. So this is our official website. On the home page, you can find details of the upcoming courses. And the course which is starting on Saturday, you can enroll into the course directly from the home website as well. You can use this button and just follow through the card steps. It's pretty straightforward. It should take just 3 to 4 minutes for you to fill in the details and be ready for the course. And the next course is the futures and options course. Same, you could enroll into the course from the course homepage as well. If you would like to read through or watch some of the feedbacks from our previous batch learners, you could scroll down and find the feedbacks, both from our course learners as well as some of our GMT community members as well. And going to the course detail, you could click anywhere on this page to take you through the course page, or you could navigate directly to the course page under GMT courses, GMT course. it would take you to the course page where you could find the details of the course. This course we had come together as a team to create as one of the best online courses, and we are proud to say that we have been delivering this online course in such a way that we have had learners from across the continents, from South Asia, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, in Middle East. We have had learners from in Europe all as well. Especially we had an interested learner who was from Africa, whom no one in the team knew, but although because of his timeline, we had to make as a team, we made sure that the learners who are especially in the North America, Canada, US, they get to join not only the courses for learning the skills which are helpful for their fundamental and technical skills, and we give information even from a stage that they are not aware of the stock markets for beginners, introducing them the stock exchanges, various trading instruments, including stocks, crypto, and ETFs, bringing them up step by step through the fundamentals and technicals that could help them to become independent trader. We have had learners who have become day traders after learning through our course. The goal from this course is to acquire the skills and become self-reliant. Based on these learnings, you apply those learnings and start taking trades on any global exchange. We help you through right from the step for opening an account to a level where you could become a day trader full-time. Whether you would like to make trading as your primary source of income, or you would like to treat trading as a supplementary source of income, based on your time, your free time that you have, you could decide what trading style suits to you. GMT team would be available to you to handhold, to support you, as you understand that the team is spread across multiple time zones. So we make sure that we add you to premium group where if you ask your question at any time, there's some instructor who is there available to answer your question. In terms of the course schedule, this batch starts from coming Saturday, 3rd September to 25th of September. So the entire month of September. The class timing we have kept at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. EST. Depending upon the learner's feedback, we are flexible to shift the timings, considering that the instructors are joining from different time zone and it is comfortable for the instructors as well. In terms of the days, it's on Saturdays and Sundays, and we take classes on Zoom, so you can join from anywhere on your timeline, on your time zone. It's just that we would suggest that initial first class is okay to join from mobile. The subsequent classes where the topics are taken on the laptops, it would be preferred that you join from the laptops. And since the classes are highly interactive, we encourage you to attend all the classes. However, due to any personal needs or urgent situations, if you need to skip any of the class, we do share the recording and expect you to watch the recording and join the next class to ask queries on the topic that you had missed. Now, for what you will be learning in the course, I would invite again Vivek sir to take you through this part of the course and give you a brief dive on what is covered into the course.
Thank you, Kamal, and welcome again. All right. So as I told you earlier, it's a structured and a well-curated course as per whatever we have experienced so far. So as this slide always is also showing it to you, we will first introduce our markets to you. Now, we are in the process, or we will be in the process of imparting you a skill that you can utilize on any trading platform, be it stocks, be it futures, be it options, be it commodities, be it currency, be it Bitcoin. So you can choose your counter of trade and you can utilize that knowledge which you will get through at the end of the course and trade for yourself. Right? So as is been listed in the various religious texts, either I can give you a fish once and fill your hunger up, or I can make you a fisherman so that you can feed your entire family for life. Now, this is the process of making you self-independent, independent of the world. So you are your own bread earner, a breadwinner, a pastry winner, an ice cream winner, and a cheesecake winner. I don't talk about bread, butter, and jam. Let's talk about pastries, ice creams, and cakes, right? That is the way I look at it. So first things first, we will talk to you what stock markets are all about. Be it North America market, since most of our students are trading in North American continent, it could be North America, so US or Canada. I could also be trading on Indian stock markets. I could be trading on European stock markets. I could be trading on London Exchange, FTSE. The same fundamentals will work. Next, we will talk to you about how do you invest using fundamental analysis to understand what companies are good. Why should you be looking at them for investing, for building up a portfolio for yourself? Portfolio for yourself, which you want to utilize in your hour of need or which you want to gift to your grandchildren. I am not talking about your children, I'm talking about your grandchildren. So it's a legacy portfolio, right? That is where wealth is built up out. That is how wealth is actually generated, using fundamental analysis and investments through them. The next is our all technical indicators, technical details. Now, in the technical thing, it comes, what does it come? First and foremost is you have to understand the language of the markets. And language of the market is nothing but only price. And to understand the price factor, you have to understand how candlesticks are formed. Why are they important? How are they formed? Now, in the process, rest be assured, you may know 2 or 3 languages. At the end of this session, which either Tahir or me will take, you will have learned the 3rd language also, a new language. How to communicate through images with the stock market. Candlestick is a very important fact of this entire course. We will teach you the art of communicating and talking to a candlestick. How are they formed on the chart? Why are they formed? Basically, candles are nothing but talking about how prices are reacting to the market news. So that becomes important. Thereafter, something which all traders in the world follow, but they keep quiet about it. Supports and resistances. 99% of professional traders follow a support and resistance, but don't want to mention that because that is the simplest way of trading. They will never acknowledge the fact. But here, we will teach you how to identify your supports and resistances. And yes, we will make your hands dirty. So it's a hand dirtying exercise, supports and resistances. When I say hand dirty, it will not be putting dust and soil on your hand, but you will be actually practicing it on your own laptops. How do you identify your supports and resistances zones and areas? Where will you buy? Where will you sell? Because that is what is required by all of us. Where do we buy? Where do we sell? So far, as novice traders, you always have a complaint, oh, I bought the stock and the stock took a dip down. So I lost some money. Because you bought at the resistance. When you should have been selling it, you bought it. A common general complaint of every trader in the world. So we are going to make you unlearn that process and relearn the process of actually buying and waiting patiently. Stock trading is a game of two things. Number one, probability. It's a game of probability. And number two, a game of patience. If you can use the two tools for yourself, you will be making wonders for yourself and your family. So we will teach you support and resistance so that will incorporate an art of patience in you to wait for the price to come to you. Never chase a price. And that is a proper strategy which we'll teach you. Right? Thereafter, of course, we'll teach you various kind of candlesticks. We'll teach you trend lines. How do you draw trend lines? How do you use trend lines? How do you identify candlestick patterns? Simple candlestick patterns which are basically going to be visual in nature. And thereafter, try and improve your trading styles. Going further, what are the various accounts you can use? Open accounts. Now, in India, of course, we have a limited number of accounts, but in North America, you have 3 or 4 major accounts. You have TFSAs, you have RRSPs, you have your personal accounts, and you have your education for your children. 4 accounts over there. How do you trade on each one of them? What are the rules and regulations? So RESP, RRSP, TFSA, and the cash and margin accounts. 4 types of accounts from North America. In India, we are lucky we only have 1 type of account. Simple paid account, no worries, or everything is taxed. So let's be assured. Right? Then what are the platforms you can use for trading in North America? You can trade on NASDAQ, Dow Jones. You can trade on TSX, that is Canadian stock markets. You can take on COMEX, commodities. So you have various places what you can trade on. So platforms available for trading. In India also you can trade on multiple platforms. We have National Stock Exchange, NSE, we have BSE. We have SGX, which is operating now again in through Ahmedabad. We have MCX, which is commodities in India. So like there in North America, we have multiple platforms even in the Indian markets. After all this is done, you want to open an account, we help you to understand how to open an account, where to open an account, which is most ideally best to open an account. That being done, you are now ready to fund your account and start your trading. For that, you require to understand complex patterns. So there are simple patterns, there are complex patterns. That is the start of the base that we have created. The foundation has now been created. Now starts the fun process. Technical indicators. Now starts where Tahir, Kamal and me will walk in. And the rest of including Vivek and Aditya walk in. We now start talking about technical indicators. How do you read technical indicators? How do you understand what is happening? How do you now decide what is going to happen in the next 10 minutes, in the next 1 hour? Because once you know what the future is going to be in a probable manner, your chances of being on the right side of the trade will be higher or lower. Right? So if I know that the market is going to fall, will I go buy the market? No, I'll go and sell the market because I'm going to let the market fall and buy at a lower level. Or if I know the markets are going to rise, I will not sell now. I will buy now and sell later. So technical indicators will start coming in there. After we have covered 4 different kinds of technical indicators. You have volume, you have momentum, you have volatility, and you have trend. 4 indicators. Once we have covered the 4 indicators, we will then start using strategies and teaching you strategies. There are umpteen number of strategies you could use. We will teach you strategies which are basic strategies, effective strategies, and giving you tested time and time and tested strategies. They will give you your money's return quickly. So strategy will be Bollinger Band strategies, Lichu Hekanashi strategy, Renko strategy, and there is a surprise package coming in over here, which is the package which I will teach you. I'll teach you one of my special strategies, which is always there in the market. Right? So we will teach you strategies over there. And imagine, when I was in Canada in the month of May, I took trades while walking along the shore, along the lake shore with my wife, watching the trade on my mobile. And I shared my trade with all my students, and they took in about at least about 8% of profit in just 1 hour. 8% profit in just 1 hour. So that is the skill that is going to be imparted to you. That is the skill which all your mentors, all your trainers have with them, and they do that. So I don't require a laptop to trade. I require my mobile. That's one of the solution. And Fakhruddin, who has met me, knows me. I'm using an old, outdated, discarded mobile. So if I can do that with an outdated mobile, with your advanced mobile, I can do a much better job. Right? After all this is done, our big boss, Aditya, steps in. Risk reward. I call him the big boss because he comes in the end and he gives you such a good whack. He brings sense into all of us that, guys, whatever you have learned, you must learn discipline also. So risk reward plays a very important role. How do you size your position? How much to invest? You can start with a limited capital and start off, build up a huge wealth in future, provided you are properly risk covered. You are hedged, covered, and you are working on a risk reward rate. To top of it all, we have stock screeners, which Kamal will teach you. We have curated a few design stock screeners, which will help you to identify what stocks to trade in the near future. Right? Now, after all of this, we will also be showing you platforms where you can get your data, analysis, charting free of cost. So be it TradingView, be it charting, be it Yahoo Finance, each one has its own pros and cons. So we will show you all of that. So investor psychology, which Eldrin would be thinking of because he wants to build up a portfolio for his children, right?
Yes,
I would be thinking of an investor psychology because I'm trying to build up a portfolio for my grandchildren. And by the way, my son is not yet married. My sons are not yet married. I'm thinking of an investor psychology for my grandchildren's portfolio. So that is the way you would build up wealth. How Warren Buffett prepares his portfolio is investor psychology. A trading psychology is how I would trade to mint my daily bread, butter, cheese, and cake. Take the money out, take a part of it in my investor psychology, investor portfolio, and keep the balance for my trading account. And market psychology would be nothing but how the market is going to behave with every trader in the group. To top it all, the conclusion would be very clearly, the last day, we will give you certificates. We will take your recordings, take your feedback, take your testimonials. That's a must, right? The 5 faces you see below are the ones who will be teaching you this course. Kamal, Tahir, Aditya, Vivek, and yours truly, Vivek Bhatia. We will be teaching you through. 99% at any point of time, on every call, you would at least get 3 instructors on the call always. Because we will have an open forum for all our learners. The rule of our teaching is very simple. Whenever you have a doubt, unmute and ask. I tell this repetitively to all my students. And I remember talking about this in the one-to-one person session also when I was in Canada. Fakhruddin can also vouch. I talk about this in my classes when I teach them. If in doubt, ask your question immediately. Because the same doubt is in the minds of every participant in the class. But the person who will ask the doubt will understand the answer. The rest of the class will only hear the answer, will never understand the question answer. So if for your selfish interest, ask your doubts upfront, and that rule of allowing our learners to ask the questions stands as a standard guarantee across the entire course. And no instructor in the course can ever give you a frown if you ask a question. If he does that, the instructor gets kicked out. That is the reason why we have 3 instructors on the call at any point of time. Yeah. So that rule holds for me here also. Right now, what the course will bring in, how will we teach you, what will we do, what are the fees, what are the inputs you will require to bring in. I will let Aditya take it over, because I also want Aditya to speak. And yes, I will keep intervening as and when something happens. That, of course, is my prerogative, since I'm the senior most man around here in age. Thank you, Aditya. Over to you.
Thank you, Vic sir, for explaining everything. Hi, everyone. It's me, Aditya, again. As you can see on the screen, so this course fee is around $430, which is discounted price. If you can look at it, it's at $450, but early bird, and taking into consideration that most of you have been part of the GMT team earlier. So we are giving you this course at a discounted price of $430, which we feel is pretty nominal. And in terms of the batch, it is going to start on the 3rd of September, which would be the upcoming Saturday. That is the first week or the first Saturday of September. And in terms of the course timeline, as you've already discussed, it is going to be a 4-week course in terms of when it's going to start and when it's going to end. And apart from that, if you are able to refer anyone, or if anyone has referred you, you'll be getting a bonus of $20 per candidate. And this is not restricted to any number. So irrespective of number of candidates, you'll be getting $20 for each referral. And another aspect is in terms of 90-day money back through profits, which I'm going to discuss once I look at the course content. And as you can see, you've got, I know most of the Indians celebrate the festival Ganesh Chaturthi on the 31st. So that Lord is known to impart knowledge. So I think I would say there is no better time to start this course if you are really serious about it. Okay, coming down in terms of the course content as to what it includes, we've already discussed about you in terms of the content. So now we are going to make you aware in terms of the topics. Like, as you can see, there are 15 plus topics. The reason you use 15 plus is, apart from what we've already mentioned here, there are many more ad hoc topics that we would be teaching you, that the knowledge would be imparted to you by Vivek sir, Kamal, Tahir, and Vivek N. And sometimes there are a few tips and tricks, which as we come across, we ensure that we let the students know as well, so that they'll be able to implement it and trade better. And in terms of the course timeline, it is 22 plus hours of online sessions. Again, we are not able to put in a direct number because our course starts at a particular time, but the end time in most of the instance, it extends, because there are learners who would have questions. There are learners who would want to learn another topic, or there are learners who want to understand a topic better. So we always ensure that all the queries of all the learners are created, are answered on the same date. So that is one of the main reasons why our sessions already always extend. So we always want to ensure that you're aware about it and be ready for it as well, wherein we say if our course is going to start at 10 and going to end at 1, for sure it's going to start at 10, or say half an hour early to ensure that we clarify your queries. But in terms of the ending time, 1 might be sometimes if we are really good, and if you guys don't have any questions. If not, be ready to have the session extend at least until 2 or 3 sometimes as well. Again, this is to ensure that your queries are cleared and you understand what we have taught on that particular class on that particular day. And in terms of refresher free lessons for 3 months, so this is another advantage that everyone gets. So at any point of time, if you feel there are any classes or any topics you have not understood and you want to have a refresher for it, within the next 3 months, whatever upcoming sessions that come up, you are able to join free. It might be 1 session or all the classes or the complete course altogether. It's up to you how you want to do it. So for the next 3 sessions, you can join it for free. And again, it will be like your regular session where you can ask your questions, you can clarify your doubts, or if there is anything that you want to understand better, you can always ask us. And coming to the important aspect as of money back through trading profits, as explained earlier, so apart from teaching, there are certain tips and tricks that we give you. And apart from that, we would also give you certain tips in terms of when to buy a certain stock, what would be the price that you would need to buy it for, what would be the take profit price in terms of where you need to sell it. And the most important thing is the stop loss, just in case if the stock goes wrong. So just to ensure that you're able to save your capital, it is always important to understand where your stop loss is. Again, this we are going to explain in the risk reward ratio, wherein you'll understand it better. And this is very, very important. And the reason we say money back through profits is we can vouch for it, and you can even check with our previous team members. They were always able to get back the money they paid back, or in fact more, before the session or the 4-week course was completed. Again, as we mentioned, this is again based on the tips that we give you, wherein we tell you what price to buy, what price to sell, and what price is your stop loss. If you stick to it, we can guarantee you that you'll be able to make your profits. And another important aspect is handholding in the GMT premium group. So apart from the regular course that we impart during the weekends, there is a premium GMT group that you would be members of. As part of this group, there'll be team members from the previous sessions who would also be included along with you, wherein they ask questions. They want to understand if there is anything wrong. So as instructors, we ensure that we answer your questions. There are instances wherein some of the team members from the previous classes as well would be answering your questions, or sometimes they might be eager to learn because they might have not had the same query which you might have asked as well. So feel free to ask. And apart from what we teach here, if you have existing accounts wherein you want us to understand like whether the stocks that you're currently holding are good to hold, or if there are any other stocks that you need to buy or sell, this is where we'll be able to help you as well, wherein you can ask your questions for free. If you feel that, okay, you are not comfortable asking in a group, you can message any one of us. We'll be more than happy to answer, or even during the course time, wherein, as we mentioned, right, there are instances wherein we start the class 30 minutes or 45 minutes early to clarify your questions. Even there, you can ask your questions. Make sure that you are clear in terms of what is being taught, what you are understanding, and if you have any questions, clarify it. Okay, do not feel ashamed of anything, guys, because everyone are learners. Even we are learners, let us be honest. Okay, there is no end to learning. And final part is the certificate of completion. So once you complete the course, which is the 4-week course, you'd be getting an online certificate, which you can always tag along in terms of stating that you proudly completed a course, which you can use it for your lifetime. And coming to the target audience, this again is for anyone who is a beginner who doesn't even understand what the word trading means or what a candlestick actually means, to a seasoned trader who's already been trading, but they're not sure about the tips and tricks that they're using, or if they have any questions or queries that they're not clear about, or if they have not been used to a structured course. Okay, so this is not for someone, or this is not wherein someone says, okay, I'm already trading or I do not know anything. So anyone and everyone who is a keen learner and has a zeal and passion to learn can join this course. And this is for anyone who wants to invest for a long time, or do a day trading, or they want to learn options, which is again another course, or they're interested in cryptocurrencies as well, because the strategies that we teach can be used in cryptos as well. But the only caveat is, because cryptos fluctuate a lot, you need to be very careful in terms of the time frame that you're using for. And then in terms of the requirement, as already mentioned, ideally a computer or a laptop would be something that is desirable. The only reason we say smartphone is just in case you want to hear the lessons, but when you're doing hands-on practice, or when we're actually showing you the graphs or any of the charts, it is always advisable not to use a smartphone, because you'll not be able to view that properly. And then a stable internet connection, which is a necessity. Apart from that, as we mentioned, a zeal to learn, and to ensure that you're able to take out that time on your busy last summer vacation weekends on this September. That's also very important. Okay. Any questions or queries? Okay, I'll take it as a
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure, please go ahead.
This is Gaurav Machla.
Hi, Gaurav.
So regarding the hi, regarding the I think we had the money back through trading profit. So would this be a pre-planned session where we would have a day where we'd get our hands dirty, or like is it like probably it's going to be one day when we see an opportunity and we share that this is when you go in and go out, or so how does that work?
I think here, good question, Gaurav. There are two questions that you asked. I'll answer both. In terms of getting your hands dirty, that would be done as part of the course, wherein you would be trying to do some of the technical indicators and you make sure that you are able to draw your supports, resistance, everything. That is basically as part of your practice. In terms of money back, it is not wherein you'd be only given one opportunity wherein you're going to lose out on it. We are going to provide you certain tips. It might be, say, once a day, or say 2 times a week or 3 times a week, wherein it is not like you need to be on a system wherein if you're not going to say apply that in the next 5 minutes you're going to lose out. That's not going to be the case. We're going to tell you, okay, buy a particular stock at a certain price, so wherein you can always put that buy price, the take profit and stop loss on whatever platform you're trading on, and then leave it. Whenever the stock moves at that price, it will automatically bought, and whenever it hits the take profit, you'll make your profit. Or just in case, as I mentioned, if it goes wrong, it is going to hit your stop loss. So it's not like a one-time effort wherein we're going to give you only one tip or one stock, but there'll be many instances wherein you'll be finding, okay, on a Monday, you say given a certain tip on stock A, on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, it may be stock B, or say the next week after it may be stock C or something. Does this answer your question?
Yeah, and
Yeah, thanks.
just
That
to
that
add to
helps.
that,
Yes, I got it.
Well, let Gaurav speak. And
Yeah,
then you
Gaurav,
take
sorry.
over.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
Gaurav.
yeah. Just to
Thank-
add to Aditya,
Kamal.
I would just say that whoever enrolls in the course, we immediately add them to the premium group, and whatever tips which Aditya mentioned, we share as the opportunities that we ourselves take. Some of our learners in our previous batches have actually recovered their course fee even before the start of the course. So it's not that we have a fixed trading day as such, as Aditya already covered. These trading opportunities based on the technicals, based on our analysis, whenever we see such opportunity, we share in the premium group. And based on your availability, you could follow us and take that trade. That would help you in recovering your course fee. So essentially, if you take the trade and if you are able to make profit of what you paid for the course fee, this course would become practically free for you, and you acquire the skill as well.
Great. Thanks, gentlemen. That really answers my question. And if I could just ask a small follow-up question regarding the addition to the premium group. So is that a WhatsApp group? Is that a Discord channel? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah. So as of now, because what we notice is the learners are more comfortable in the WhatsApp group. So our active premium group is on WhatsApp. We did have Discord channel as well, where we had a separate private channel for sharing just the alerts. That channel was dedicated just for sharing the alerts, which was easier for some of the less active learners. But we noticed that since Discord people are using less, there's less activity on the Discord. So we move back on WhatsApp. Although the channel on Discord is still there, but most of our learners are active on, or I should say, all of our learners are active in the WhatsApp group, the premium learners.
Great. Thanks, Kamal. Those were my questions. Thank you.
Gaurav, if I can add to whatever Kamal and Aditya have said.
Sir.
What we do over here is we give you an opportunity to trade on basis of what we have taught you till that time. Because what happens is, whenever we give you a trade setup that you can buy stock X at this expected price with this stop loss, target price 1, 2, and 3 target price. Normally, our learners come back to us and say, sir, how did you manage to identify that? Now, if at that point of time, if I say I use an advanced indicator which I have not taught to you, then it's going to be wrong on my part. So we try and always give you a trade setup in such a way as to what has been taught to you. Before the start of your course, if you get a trade setup, that means that has already been covered in the previous batches. So the trade setup has been given to you. Then it is your trust on us whether that trade has gone in that direction because of our earlier, which is meant for our earlier learners who were in the same group. So your premium group, WhatsApp group, is a group of all the past learners also who have learned from us. So you will learn with your senior members who have learned from us also on the same platform. And they will discuss a large number of trades, a large number of counters off and on. Right? But at the end of the 4 weeks, that means by end of September, you will be sure that what is being given to you is encompassing all the trades of all the strategies and trends and indicators that has been taught to you. And we will never give you tips. Sorry, Kamal and Aditya, I have to tell this to you in front of everybody. We never call it tips. We call it trade setups. We give you a trade setup. It's a setup that you can buy at this price, this stop loss, this targets.
Okay, and sir, even at a point when I hopefully I become learned enough, can I also, as a member of the group, contribute? As
of course,
setups?
you can. That is the intent. That is the intent.
Okay.
Once you join the premium group, you will realize there are few learners who are very active contributors. So before we can identify a trade, they have already identified it, and then it is left for us. Either we have to say, yes, trade is perfect, or act smart and smoothie and say, no, modify this slightly here and there, and the trade is good. But that is human emotion, that you have to act slightly pricey, that modify it slightly. But otherwise, the trade, you are most welcome to contribute. The idea is you have to become fishermen on your own. That is the idea. Right. You have to become your own fisherman, find your trades, and then trade it, make your profits, and make others follow you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's an ocean out there. It's an ocean out there. So in one trade, if 100 of my students are going to trade, it's an ocean. That 100 will not make a difference. The trade will still go on the same way. And each one of us will pick out a bucket full of water for us. But for the ocean, it was a spoonful of water. So you could have taken a bath with that bucket, but the ocean only felt one spoon or few drops moving out. That is the extent of the ocean available to you.
Yeah, and I was just going to add that there are at least two things that we expect from you as you enroll in the course. One is whatever topics we cover out after the class, during your weekdays or even the weekend, you do your further analysis. You spend time on that topic, and based on your learning, your additional analysis, you share your analysis in the group so that we get to know how much the topic was grasped, and your analysis, as Vivek sir mentioned, that we give our feedback so that your analysis is on the right track. And second thing is that during the weekends, either on Saturday or on Sunday, outside the class, we have analysis sessions, which used to be our free analysis sessions earlier, and we have kept it free now as well. So we encourage you to join those analysis sessions, because in those analysis sessions, you get an understanding of what to expect in the coming week. So you don't have to wait for us to share the trade setups. From the weekend analysis itself, you get to plan your trades in the coming week. So in those analysis sessions, it's two-way. Instructors do the analysis as well as learners also share their analysis. So it's an open analysis platform. So in essence, the third thing which is inherent, we expect is time from you more than the course fee. What I and Vivek sir and Aditya try to convey during the orientation is that the course fee is nothing in terms of the time that we expect you to dedicate to this course. If you are able to give time to this course, it in return, it would give you a skill which would help you lifelong.
So guys, apart from time, apart from what Kamal has said, one more important thing that this program will give you is discipline. And for that, you can blame your Hitler friend sitting in front of you, talking to you. We will teach you discipline in life. So when we say that the course starts at about 10 o'clock in the morning, rest be assured, whether you're there or not, the session will start. We always start our session half an hour prior to clarify doubts of the previous sessions. But at .10, our current session will start. Because just like this, like your markets, they will open at the scheduled time when they have to open every day at the same time. They do not wait whether Vivek Bhatia has woken up from sleep or not. Has he brushed his teeth or not? Has he eaten his breakfast or not? They will start the trading immediately. That is the discipline that we will try and incorporate in all of you. A disciplined stickler for time. Another very important statement which I make is, I don't care about whether you value your time or not. I value my time. And that is the attitude which all my students, all my learners will take back from me. They will learn to value their time. If you can value your own time, the rest of the world learns to value you. So, a stickler for time. Aditya did give you a brief that we never close on time. Why don't we close on time? Because we ask our students, we expect our learners to ask as many questions as they have in their mind. And if they have even one question left, the session can never end. If you have come with the reference of any of your my past learners, ask them, when I teach my final strategy, how many hours session would that be? I know I've gone for a session for about 5.5 hours at a stretch without a break. So I start at 10 o'clock and I end at 3 post your lunch. It's time for high tea. And I'm sure many times it has happened that by the time the session has ended, their family members have said, boss, there is no more lunch for you. You have tea and you have your sandwiches and you're done for the day. You forget your lunch completely. It's happened umpteen number of times. So that is the way it is. So all 5 of us are going to be rubbing off our passion for stock markets into you, are going to be rubbing off our discipline of timing into you, and our patience for waiting for the trade into you. 3 important things for a good trader. Right? We are open for questions if you have any.
Yes.
And ideally, I would, if you can stop the sharing, Kamal, I'd love to see the faces also. So, yeah. Fakhruddin and Gaurav, you can please switch on the camera that we see who your faces are. Oh, lovely. Right, Gaurav? Fakhruddin is waiting for you to switch on the camera.
Yeah, we are.
Fakhruddin must be actually playing football. That's why he's put it on. Lovely. Yes, Fakhruddin, welcome. Yes, Gaurav, Eldrin, and Fakhruddin. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a few questions, but Kamal wanted to say something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was saying that we are at time, but we would be happy to take your questions before we end the session. Yeah. So please go ahead.
Yes, Eldrin.
Okay, yeah. First of all, thank you so much for this overview to all of you. This was really insightful. And yeah, I was just looking for this orientation before I enroll for the course. So this was a good session. My question is, for a person to start day trading, how much would be how much money would they require to actually start off into day trading? This is my first question. And the second question is, when you guys do day trading, do you do it like under as an individual or under an incorporation for tax benefits? So how do you guys
Kamal,
do that?
that is your question.
Yeah. I can take both of your questions. So taking the second question about saving tax. So if you already have incorporation, you can use your incorporation account. If your personal income is on a higher tax bracket, so your personal tax and your business tax, if you would like to manage in a way that your personal tax is not too high and your business could cover some of your tax liability, then you could use your business account. If you are using IBKR, the only catch is that IBKR charges more in terms of the market data subscriptions on business account. So how I manage is I use my personal account for market data subscription where I pay less for market data, and I trade with both my personal account and business account because I'm using GMT's account, which is or includes partners contributions as well. So when I take more riskier trades, I prefer trading in my account, and
Okay.
Business account is from the organization's benefit perspective. But if you are managing both your account, you could plan based on your tax liability.
Okay.
Adrian, answering to your question regarding day trading, as learners just now, I don't know what your exposure of trading so far has been. So I would never suggest day trading to start with. I would always suggest which you will learn in the kind of trades which we would be trading, teaching you in the process. I would always suggest a swing trade first before you come into day trading. Because day trading requires you be in front of the terminal 24 hours while the trade is on. A swing trade, you can be off and on the terminal. You can monitor anywhere out also. So specifically those who got a principal career to track and follow, a day trading activity doesn't start immediately. So a day trading activity always takes place in the later on after your principal income has been covered by your positional trading. Then you are shifting from your principal, making this trading income, which is a secondary income, as a principal income. Then you shift to day trading. So that is always the progression has to be done in that specific manner only.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on the day one, the types of trading styles are shared so that you discover yourself which trading style fits to you and where you would like to progress. Like as an example, I'm a swing trader and not a day trader. Whereas Vivek sir is a day trader and a scalper who is on trade for a few minutes at times. So depending upon your skill and experience, you first identify where you are and where you would like to progress.
Okay. Thank you.
Most welcome. Gaurav, Fakhruddin, any questions?
So Gaurav again. Just wanted to say something.
Sure.
I think a few weeks back when you were here, and I think Brampton there was a session. I just wanted to say I wanted to come down. I unfortunately couldn't. So nice to be on this session and have a word.
Thank you. Most welcome. We also missed you. Had you come in, you would have enjoyed it. Eldrin was there. And yes. I did remember sharing a legacy portfolio strategy with the group there. So it's a new strategy that we are building up. So something which I'm trying to incorporate and create a new thing called a legacy portfolio. So at this age, talking about a portfolio for my grandchildren, what I want to leave for them. And my children are not yet married. So that gives you an idea what kind of portfolio I can build up.
I can imagine.
Right? Yeah.
Sure.
Those are tricks of the trade which will come and discuss with you, because the point is these 5 of us come in with a baggage of about almost a century of experience. So each one has his own tricks of trade, some tidbits here and there, which will help you to enhance yourself as a trading person. So you will get to learn our tidbits as we go along. I mean, whatever we teach you, if you are smart enough, you can actually go check it on the website, what we'll teach you. The topics are known to you. You can go and do a YouTube search, learn yourself. Yes, you can. But the point is, here we will give you the structured learning. We will give you our tricks of the trade, what we incorporate during our trading, which is not available on YouTube. Because none of the traders will actually share his nuances and small tricks up the sleeves. Like a magician, he has something up the sleeve. We have something behind our back. So those are the tricks which are going to come out of. Right? Those are tricks. Yes, Fakhruddin, you wanted to speak something which, any questions?
Yes, sir. So I wanted to ask you that I have learned quite a lot. Like I have an experience of 6 to 8 months in the market. And
Yes.
so which course will be beneficial for me?
Fakhruddin, I can discuss this with you in person also in college, number 1. Number 2, I would still suggest go through the basic course. If you want to go through the option course, I don't mind options. You can, since you already know the technical indicators. But the point is, when you start doing technical indicators like the MACD, which I discussed with you earlier, the Bollinger Bands, the stochastic, there are nuances involved over there, which I will not teach you in the option course. Which I will teach you here, I won't teach you there. Because as a learner, I would expect you to go through the entire rigmarole in a structured way. So in your case, I can clearly tell you, since you know about the indicators, we have already discussed this earlier, you can go for the options batch also. But then you will miss out on how to identify supports and resistances. Most of the platforms has it already pre-booked, pre-designed. But how to do it on your own is something which we will teach you. And that is an exercise which the best of the traders use. It's a 5-minute job. It's a 5-minute job. And if you look at YouTube on supports and resistances, you can get 1-hour videos on that. You can get 1-hour videos and you will still not know how to design and how to find out your supports and resistances fastest. Why? Because we will teach you the trick how to do that. So I'm not saying join today. I would suggest research, test me out, see if you can find support and resistances, how to find within 5 minutes. If you can, learn it up. Otherwise, come and take it from me. I mean, I leave the option to you. The idea is whatever you spend on learning now, if you can recover that amount, what have you paid me? Or what have you paid GMT? 0. And what have you acquired? Acquired a skill for life. Acquired a skill for life. That is important. Today, I can say I started my trading, actual trading in 2007. After finishing up my job, finishing up my business experience, in 2007, at the age of 43, I took my retirement from active working life. I retired myself at the age of 43. And I came into trading. And that's exactly what I tell all my learners. It's a skill which you have to acquire, practice, master. When you have finished mastering it, whatever was your principal source of income, your job, your career, let it be there. Use this skill to generate enough income to match your principal source of income. The day you start generating income more than your principal source of income, then your principal source of income will become your secondary source of income, and your secondary source, trading income, becomes your principal income. That is the time you can then start thinking of taking a retirement from work and concentrating on trading. Not before that. Never before that. Never. So that is the way you plan your life. Now, you are at a very young stage. Gaurav and Eldrin are at a slightly advanced than what Aditya and Kamal are. But that is how you plan your life. So you will not only learn trading, you will learn these small tidbit gyans, which I will keep distributing off and on to everybody. And my apologies upfront for all of that.
No problem. Just
This
to add to
Gyan is very important, sir. Take my words. It's very important. I know the value of it.
Absolutely. Very true. Yes.
and I always say to people who are very close to me that we have got an opportunity to get that gyan from someone who is experienced over 15 years and is willing from heart to share that with all of us.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Fakhruddin, just to add to what Vivek sir mentioned, even if you are familiar with some of the technical aspects or most of the technical topics that you saw on the course content, and this I'm saying based on our experience of some of our learners who were at your level, when they went through this course, although it's a 4-weekend course, but the content that we have squeezed in, they themselves come and say that they have learned much more than they knew. Okay. You might want to scale yourself to become a full-time day trader trading options, but this course would help you to expertise your technicals so that you could use for trading futures and options. And as Vivek sir mentioned about your age, I would say this 4 weeks of investment in learning would save your years of self-exploratory learning, self-learning. Some of it you are already aware, but because there are 5 different instructors, you'll get to hear different styles of their trading that could help you. And one of us or 2 of us could match your trading style. Secondly, as Vivek sir mentioned that you are in India and this course is curated considering most of our learners are in Canada and US. So we introduce the Canadian and US market, which maybe in future you would like to trade in, which could be much more rewarding than trading in the Indian market if you become a full-time day trader.
Fakhruddin, by the way, you can trade on nasdaq even sitting in India. You can do that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can just for your knowledge. And of course, if you have any questions, you know, you have my number. You can see me in college every Saturday.
Yeah. So this
Yes, sir.
introductory of the US and Canadian stock exchange we have kept in this course. That's not part of the advanced course, but because as a prerequisite, we consider that people who are coming for the advanced course, they are familiar with this. They are having some bit of trading experience in the North American market or in the Indian. Okay.
So as you told that this is based on North American market. So I can apply that technical indicators in the Indian market as well, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
On
Very,
any
very,
global
very, very
exchange.
clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can apply that for your Singapore market, apply it for Tokyo market, apply it for FTSE in UK, anywhere in the world. If you're talking about UAE, apply it in UAE also. They also have an exchange. And you can also trade NSE sitting in Dubai. Very
Yes,
regularly done. Very regularly
sir.
done. So you can apply the technicals. Basically, technical is nothing but study of the price of the counter that you want to trade on. So that price will remain as a price. So don't get attached to the name. Get attached to the price of the counter and study the price. Study the candle of the counter. That is where technicals come into picture. There are times when you take trade on companies based in North America, which I've never heard in my life. I don't know what they do. So I always tell them, boss, you give me the code of the company. I will study the price and talk to you. And it works because you're working on technical activities. The indicators will remain standard usage all over the world. Clear? That's how it's going to be. Yes. Any more questions?
So we'll
Otherwise,
take
for
last
those of you sitting in Canada must be feeling hungry.
Yes, breakfast time.
Almost time for your lunch.
No, not yet, but breakfast.
Not yet.
Yes.
The breakfast is long over and done.
You can say
Done and
brunch.
dusted.
Yes,
Brunch,
brunch.
yes. Yeah. Any more questions? Eldrin, Gaurav, Fakhruddin, any questions? Right. So that's all from me. Back to you, Kamal.
Yeah. Thank you, Vivek sir. Thank you, Aditya, and thanks everyone for joining. It was really good to have you all. If after this session, if you still have any question or doubts in your mind, please feel free to reach out any of the GMT instructors, including me. You can WhatsApp or we can even have a call. Your confidence in enrolling in the course is important for us. That's why we held this orientation session. And even before registering in the course, if you still have any queries, you are free to discuss those and talk with us. And we hope that by now you are confident that you are investing your time in something that would be helping you for life. So please go ahead and follow the steps on the website. It's pretty straightforward. You can enroll either from the home page or from the course content or from the course webpage. And in terms of the steps, it is pretty much like you use any e-commerce website. On the cart, you add your details and you should be good to complete the registration. Once you complete your registration, you'll get a confirmatory email and I'll add you to the GMT Premium group. Okay. So with that, we hope to see you next Saturday. The class timing is 10 a.m. and we'll be taking you from there. And as a last word, so hope you all have nice remaining Saturday. For Fakhruddin is Sunday. It's about end of the day, but Adrian and Gaurav, hope you have your nice Sunday evening, and then we'll talk to you next Saturday.
Great. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Most welcome. Bye.